Yo, what's up? Hold on, let me check something really quick. Okay. Sorry about that noise. Hey, Miss Chronic Chronicles. Thanks for joining. Okay. Coolness. All right. So what's up, everybody? I'm April. This is my channel, Pisces Moon Goddess. I am here to chat about astrology. If anybody has any questions about astrology at all, as long as they're like, you know, very general, simple questions. If it's like, like, oh my God, who am I going to marry and when and all this long stuff where I'd have to look at your whole entire chart, which would take a few hours, you should book a reading. But yeah. Yes, Miss Chronic Chronicles, thank you for sharing the link. Thank you so much. But yeah, I just came here to chat with my viewers. I know that this channel has been inactive for a little while, and I apologize for that. It's not that I totally abandoned astrology or what I love to do or my channel or anything. It's just that I became really super busy. I'm like connected with a few different astrology networks now, besides my own. So I was really investing a lot of time in those and still am. So I'm dividing my time up between my own creative stuff, my own channel, and other networks. So yeah, but it's been pretty exciting. And of course, I still absolutely love astrology. It's like my thing. It's my calling. Adding a creative and entertaining twist to astrology is still my niche, my purpose, what I'm here for. So excuse me. So yeah, just came to chat with people. If you have, once again, people who are just joining, there's a few people just joining. What's up? If you have any questions about astrology, then just drop them in the chat and I'll answer them live here. I'm going to be live only for 30 minutes because I'm a Taurus and I tend to lose my voice when I talk for too long, straight through, because Taurus rules the throat. And that's actually, and actually I have another broadcast that I'm doing, a podcast right after this, at 30 minutes after this, which is 6 p.m. My time, Pacific time. And it's about astrology and health. It's on the Cosmic Council Radio Network, which is one of the networks I'm connected with now. Myself and a group of other talented, brilliant astrologers. We come together and we talk about lots of things about life, just life and from an astrological point of view. Because one of my biggest missions and missions of other people that I'm connected with now is to show people that astrology is part of everyday life. Like it's part of everyday, like your mood every day depends upon like transits up there, how you react to the cosmic weather, the planetary energy. So, we just talk about everyday topics and we break it down astrologically so people can see how it applies to everyday life. And one of the things we're talking about tonight on Moon Mondays, after I exit my live chat here, is we're talking about health and astrology and the parts of the body that each sign rules, what you may be more sensitive to or susceptible to based on your chart in particular, or just your sign if you don't know like your time of birth. And like I said, I'm a Taurus. I have 4 planets in Taurus, and so the throat is what Taurus rules, and that's why I start losing my voice after I talk for so long. But anyway, yeah, thanks so much for joining me, guys. So let's just get started on chatting in this Q&A. I do have some questions that people sent me before I went live, and then I have somebody that's asking questions in the chat. I see you, so definitely gonna get to those. Let me just talk about the weather right now, the transits, the cosmic weather. Right now we're going through Mercury retrograde, guys. Like it just started going retrograde yesterday. It was officially retrograde as of yesterday. But the shadow period, when it starts like slowing down and you see all the crazy wonky stuff start happening, was 2 weeks before, like the end of March, like March 26th, 28th-ish, around there is when everybody should have started noticing the Mercury retrograde stuff. And oh my gosh, it's been crazy. I've been seeing people talk about their computers messing up, and I've had computer issues, little things here and there. And Mercury's in the sign of Taurus, and I'm a Taurus. I have Mercury in Taurus, so it's been a little crazy for me too. But yeah, everybody just watch your driving, your communication. People have been having problems with their phones. Don't be texting the wrong person, the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? People tend to do that during Mercury retrograde too. Send the wrong text to the wrong person. Send that, you know, that little booty picture to somebody like your boss or somebody instead of, you know, the person that you intended to send it to. So be careful with that. Yeah, so that's what's going on astrologically. So let me get into some questions. I'm definitely eager to answer those. So Miss Chronic Chronicles, thank you so much for being active in the chat. Let me, oops, Mercury retrograde, I'm about to ruin my computer. My bad. Let me answer your question. So what would you suggest Taurus rising, Libra sun, and Cancer moon? Any advice? And how do I find out what transits are in my chart? Better to know breakdown if you're going through a transit. Okay, so that's a couple questions, but I'll be happy to answer them for you. So what would I suggest? Oh, so that's you. You are a Taurus rising, Libra sun, and Cancer moon. So how do you find out what transits are in your chart? Okay, so the transits are like what's going on right now, like astrologically. And pretty much what transits are, for those who are watching that aren't like so savvy and nerdy like me and some other people watching, a transit is pretty much like the movement of the planets. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, a transit is pretty much the movement of the planets. Okay, the current movement of the planets, the energy that they are vibrating, and how it affects you personally, where it lands in your personal birth chart. And to know your birth chart, which is the circular wheel, that's like a map of the cosmos, the day that you were born, the minute you were born. That's why you got to know the time. If you know your birth time, especially, you can know what is affecting you right now as far as the astrological weather, like how's it making you feel, you know? What type of like major life changes that it's making happen for you. So, oh, okay. So she's saying you get Saturn return, but it's hard to figure out your transits that you're in right now. Okay. So first of all, you know your rising sign, thank goodness, and you are a Taurus rising. So you would, well, I would recommend to definitely listen to astrologers on YouTube. Listen to your horoscope for Taurus. Okay, that's the most accurate one. Listen to your Taurus horoscopes. Written ones, yeah, if they're written by like authentic and real professional astrologers. Most of us are doing like video and stuff nowadays. A lot of us do written, and we do like articles on websites and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I would recommend, is follow your ascendant sign, your rising sign, the Taurus, to find out the most accurate of the transits that are going on right now and how they're affecting you. Because, you know, your astrology chart, your own personal chart, is like, it's a wheel and it's like a clock. Okay, so like your clock starts with Taurus, and then everything is sectioned off, like, you know, this is your body, this is how you make money, this is how you communicate, this is your family and home life. It goes all the way around. So your clock, it runs off of like Taurus first. So you gotta watch your horoscopes or read your horoscopes from the real deal people for Taurus. And you said, oh, 15-year cycles of the transits. So oh, you're talking about like the outer planetary transits. Okay, so each planet, it has an orbit that lasts a certain amount of time. The fastest moving one, and I know it's not technically a planet, is the moon, and it moves through the zodiac every 2.5 days. The next one is I think Mercury. Mercury moves pretty fast, stays close to the sun. Venus is also pretty fast. You know, they're usually like 30 days or a little more than 30 days transits. And okay, am I back on? Oh my gosh. Dang that Mercury. Yay! Okay, I'm back. All right, all right, all right, all right. I was like right deep in all my nerdy astrological stuff. That's not cool, Mercury. Okay, so anyhow, as I was saying, the further out the planets are from the sun and the earth, the longer their orbit is around us, the longer the effects are, the bigger the life changes, yada, yada, yada. So Miss Chronic Chronicles would like to know, where or how can she get her personal breakdown of the transits and stuff and how they're affecting her? Well, you know, of course, I have to advertise. This is my channel. This is my video. I do offer transit reports, 6 months and 12 months at this time. I may start offering shorter, like 1 month and 3 month, if people ask me for them. But I do offer transit reports, or if you order like, yeah, 6 month and 12 month transit reports. And that's where I do go in depth and in detail around the wheel every month, where the planet's located, how they're affecting your life personally, not just like the stuff that's in your general monthly horoscope when you watch them on YouTube or whatever. So I do offer those. Other astrologers may offer them too. I'm not the only one, but hey, this is my channel, so I offer them. But yes, listening to the reports that are based on your rising sign and your sun sign are the most accurate. Also, listening to the horoscopes of your moon sign can be like how you are going to perceive things and emotionally feel and react to things as they're happening if you listen to the horoscope of your moon sign. But yeah, the rising sign and the sun are like the most accurate. So rising sign first. So yeah, definitely check those out. Transit reports. Also, you can go on cafeastrology.com, and I know they offer like free like transit report stuff that's a little general, and it's like little blurbs about what you may be feeling or going through on certain days because of certain transits. So if you want to get accustomed to learning like how everything affects you as far as the planetary movement, I recommend starting with Cafe Astrology. But if you want more in depth and in detail, then definitely consult a professional astrologer. So I hope that helps. And yes, thank you for sharing and watching. So if anybody else is watching and they have any questions about astrology, just drop them in the chat and I'll answer them. If you want to talk about, you know, want me to look into, like, I like to look into current events. I don't do political. I don't do like racial and all kinds of crazy angry stuff. I do fun stuff, especially like celebrities, and not just to gossip, but to see like what's going on with them and how can we explain it through astrology, like looking at their chart, like why are they acting out or why are they going through this. Like I think we may be talking about tonight on Moon Mondays, we may mention Janet Jackson. She just got divorced, just announced she got divorced. Very, very interesting stuff. We may look into that. But yeah, I like to look into stuff like that just to kind of explain things and show you guys how astrology applies to all areas of life and how you can watch out for certain transits that happen, certain time periods that you may be sensitive to certain events, you know. But anyway, there's a couple more questions that I got before the broadcast that I'm going to answer live, and I promised that I would answer them live. So first of all, Duchess, oh, she actually is like active on my Instagram right now. She hit me up through Instagram, DM'd me and asked a question regarding moons. Like your moon sign, for those who are watching that don't know and aren't like hip to that lingo, your moon sign is like your emotional well-being. It's like how you emotionally perceive things, and it's also your nurturing side and how you were nurtured or how your mother nurtured you or your mother figure or your family dynamics. It shows a lot of that stuff. So she had a question about her moon sign and her kid's moon sign. She asked, what type of relationship does a Pisces moon have with their mother? She's curious because her daughter is a Pisces moon and she's a Cancer. And she has a Leo moon and her mom's a Leo, so that makes sense. Okay, so I think, okay, so the relationship that a Pisces moon has with their mother, first of all, that's how you like perceive your mother. Hey, Mel Spaces. Yes, I do address progress charts to answer your question. I definitely look at those. Okay, I'll explain those in a minute too. So Duchess's question was, how does a Pisces moon perceive their mom? Well, the relationship with the mom, it can go a few ways. Pisces is a very sensitive sign. It's a water sign. Duh. A lot of people know that. Water signs are like ultra hypersensitive and emotional. So they may Pisces moon. Well, I actually have a Pisces moon. I mean, you guys are on my channel. That's my name. So, but so I guess I could speak firsthand on this, can't I? Pisces moon's relationship with their mother. Well, it can go a few different ways, and it does depend on a lot of other things in the chart. The aspects of the other planets to the moon affect the relationship with the mom, and some other areas that I look at that are a little complicated. Hey, what's up? Agote, 25 Pisces moon, fellow Pisces moon. Hey. So a Pisces moon, the relationship with their mom can go a few ways. I give the good and the bad always. So the good is it can represent the mother being very dreamy, very spiritual, very creative and artistic. It can represent the mom being very sensitive and compassionate. The mom can also be kind of spacey in a way. Maybe the mom has some like Pisces or heavy Neptune influence energy in their chart, or maybe their mother is has planets in her 12th house. That's a little more complicated astrology for some people, but yeah, so the mom, she perceives her mom as kind of, the mom can also be perceived as being kind of distant in a way. Like the mom, the kid can see the kid with the Pisces moon can see their mom as being like kind of always far away for some reason. Maybe the mom is always off in their own world, in their own zone, like, you know, not always fully paying attention to the kid as well. So Duchess, I'm not saying that you're like a horrible mom and you're neglectful or anything like that. But a lot of times that can happen when a kid has a Pisces moon. That's how their mom can be. But yeah, the relationship with the mom, if your kid or you're a Cancer and your child is a Pisces moon, you guys, that's two water signs, and the water signs complement each other and they make what's called a trine, which is a complementary aspect. So their energy meshes well together in like layman's terms. So you should have like a pretty, I'd have to see the rest of your charts to really go in depth, but just generally speaking, Cancer and Pisces energy can mesh well together. And it's like you can, as a Cancer, tap really deeply into the emotional needs of your daughter, who's a Pisces moon. Your daughter herself as a Pisces moon, you need to make sure that she is able to have her time to be alone, to just float in outer space, I guess you could say. That means not just sitting there going, woo, you know, But that means also like listening to music, diving into some art. You need to make sure your daughter is involved in something creative, something where she can escape reality in a healthy way, like reading books or watching movies that are, you know, like fantasy driven, something like that, Duchess. Definitely make sure your daughter is nurtured in that way. Um, and maybe like you can nurture her and have a good relationship with her by traveling with her towards water, spending time at a beach, a ocean, a lake, the pond, going to an aquarium. You guys are both water signs, so it would be cool to connect that way. So I hope that answers your question. If you have any other questions, Duchess, you know where to find me. You could DM me on Instagram and I'll answer further. So progress charts. Okay, so I can explain progress charts very briefly because there's another question I have to get to. I'm only on for 7 more minutes. Okay, I think I'm back on. Ah! Let me see. Okay, can you guys see me and hear me? Oh my gosh, this is so whack. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Anyhow, hey guys, hey people that are joining in right now. I'm only on for a few more minutes because I have another broadcast. As I said in the beginning, Cosmic Council Radio, Moon Mondays. Go listen to that 30 minutes after this ends, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Anyhow, yes, I'm here. Yes, I have Easy E in the background. What up, girl? Okay, so what was I talking about? Progress charts. Okay, progress charts are every year your chart moves, your rising sign, your ascendant, it moves 1 degree. Okay, and the sun moves 1 degree, and other planets will move maybe a little bit faster than that. But yeah, they moved and they shift. So what that means is that explains why over time, okay, so in mundane layman's terms, of course, with time and maturity and experience in life, we all change, we all grow. And love you too, girl. We all grow, we all change from experience, right? But our progress chart, it shows how, like, astrologically we change, we grow, we shift. Okay, like for example, I was born as a Scorpio rising, a Scorpio ascendant. Okay, but every year my chart, my ascendant shifted 1 degree, moved 1 degree further, right? So now my progress ascendant is Sagittarius. And so how I'm approaching life now is more Sagittarian than Scorpio. I still have the Scorpio element to my personality and people's first impression of me, but showing like life events is the progress chart. It's life events. So now my sun is progressed from Taurus into Gemini, and I am a busybody. Look at me. Like I said, I'm on all these different networks now. I'm on my own and this one and that one and podcasts and this and that. I'm trying to do it all just like a Gemini. So, but like my personality is not Gemini, but just how I'm handling life right now is Gemini. So that's what a progressed chart is in a nutshell, just explaining it very quickly. All right, so Mel spaces, August 21st, eclipse falls in your 12th house. Saturn, 6th house, Mars, progress. Okay. Okay, so the August 21st eclipse falls in your 12th house. What to watch for, Mel spaces. So that eclipse is that is the lunar, I believe. Hold on, let me check. I have the eclipse, I have the moon phases up. Let's see, August 21st. Yeah, that's actually the solar eclipse in Leo. So that means the sun and moon will both be in Leo at that time. And so they're both going to be in your 12th house. Okay, so what that means is it's definitely going to affect your 12th house. It's definitely going to rock your world in a 12th house way. That can mean a few things. Some karmic things from the past can be tied up. They can come up first for you to maybe heal from them or change something, and then you can like relieve yourself of any type of past turmoil, karma, anything. It can also change the way that you view life in like a spiritual way, like how you tap into the unseen world, whether that is through your religion, your beliefs, your spirituality, anything. That can change big time. Also, I hope this doesn't cut off because I said it for 5:30, so I may only have a minute left. But also, yeah, how you take care of yourself and take time out for yourself can also change. That's what that means. So if you are not, like you mentioned, your 6th house is being affected by Saturn and Mars. So you can be a workaholic right now, working a lot. You can have just like not really taking time out for yourself and just go, busy, busy, work, work, work. But the 12th house is opposite of that. So that's like relax, let go of the material world, let go of the physical world, take care of your own self, you know. So that part of your life is definitely going to change in some sort of way. Yeah, but of course, you know, consult an astrologer for a full on reading of that and all the aspects and all that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much how it can change things for you. Mel spaces is like, you know, probably tell you to tie up some loose ends in life, some karmic loose ends, and probably tell you to relax a little more, stay in contact with your spirituality. And maybe it's a good time to take up something to where you're in solitude, like some sort of meditation, more prayer, more like Reiki or some sort of like energy therapy can be very good for you too. And to adapt those practices on a regular basis. So that's how that eclipse can affect you. I hope that answered your question. So actually, I've only got like, I'm running out of time because I got to get to Moon Mondays in a little bit. But I have another question I needed to answer for someone. So Chris, I got a chart for a guy named Chris, and he asks, how is career and job for him? So unfortunately, I didn't bring up his chart on the screen for my fellow astro nerds to see. But I will just explain a couple things that's going on that he has in his own birth chart so that people can understand, hopefully. Okay, so like, where's this dude? Here he is. Okay, so dude Chris, he is a Leo rising, and his 10th house of career is in Taurus. His 6th house of work is in Capricorn, and there's some Aquarius sprinkled in the mix there. So that's what I look at mainly for career, to see how someone's career is going to thrive or what kind of career they should have. And so I look at mostly the 6th house, because that's like your day-to-day work, okay? Like how you actually operate in your work environment, and what you need in your work environment in order to feel fulfilled in your work, okay? So he has Mars there, and he has the sun in there in the 6th house of work. Mars and the sun, super masculine planets, domineering planets. So he has to be in some sort of like position of power, authority, or he has to be able to stand alone and not have somebody hovering over him 24/7 like at work. He has to be independent, pretty much. He has to do a lot of independent work, and be in charge of himself as much as possible in his work duties. He may prefer to do some sort of job with Sun and Mars in the 6th house of work that is physically active, or where he is like appreciated and I don't want to say worshipped, but you know, it's the sun, it rules Leo, and he's a Leo rising, so he may want to feel worshipped at work in some sort of way, have people bowing at his feet, whatever you like, sir, whatever you want, sir, you know. He may want to feel like that in his work environment. The fact that his 6th house is in Capricorn, he may want to work in the type of environment that is like a Capricorn type field. And in a Capricorn position, like he's a CEO, he's a boss, he's a leader. And Capricorn type of work has to do with buildings and structure of things. So that may suit him. The ruler of Capricorn, of his 6th house of work, is Saturn, and he has Saturn in his 7th house of relation. He has Saturn in his 1st house in Leo. So there you go. There's a mutual exchange there between Leo and Capricorn, showing leadership and having to have people underneath him. Again, I don't like to use the word worship, but like, I guess, you know, worship in a way. People respect him and he's in charge. Okay. So next I look at his 10th house of Okay, I think I'm back. Am I back? Jeez Louise. Yes, I am. You know what? Let me show you how I feel about Mercury right now. Bitch ass Mercury. Ugh. Okay. I'm glad I got that out. Okay. So, sorry about that. Okay. So, I lost my place. I forgot what I was. Oh, I was reading Chris's chart. I am so sorry, guys. So, 10th house of career, Taurus careers, food, hospitality, singing, Venusian things. He can thrive in, possibly with Taurus ruling his 10th house of career. Then I look at the ruling planet of that, which is Venus. He has it in his 8th house. So, okay, something that's a little like diving deep. Ow, my bad. Something that's a little like behind the scenes, research, investigation, really diving deep into some stuff. That may suit him. But one last thing, he has Jupiter in his 10th house of career. Let me tell you about Jupiter in the 10th house. I've always been so like uberly jealous of people that have Jupiter in their career house in their chart. Why? Because Jupiter, it's like good luck. Okay, it's good luck, it's blessings, it's like everybody looks at you like you're a star when you have Jupiter in your career house, and you tend to like be able to grab like any type of career that you want, pretty much, you know, with Jupiter there. You are well liked by higher ups usually when you have Jupiter there too. So yeah, he's probably like a shining star that gets, and people with Jupiter in the 10th house, I've always like kind of scowled at them when I work with them, just to be totally honest and real, because of the fact that they get away with everything. Like, for example, I worked once right next to a girl that has Jupiter in her 12th house. I mean, in her 10th house, right? She and I were very similar in our demeanor and even a lot of things in our charts, because I got her birth time, of course, being a Scorpio, right? So we were very similar in our energy and our demeanor and our work habits and whatever. So anyway, she would come in late all the time, right? She would slip under the radar, and then the bosses would come over. Oh, hi, you're here. Oh, we have this special project for you to do. You're so great. You're so wonderful. Oh. And then I sat right next to her. I would come in late, maybe even before her. And for some reason, I would always get in trouble. I'm like, are you serious? Like, why? Like, why am I in trouble and she's not? I don't want to be a snitch, okay? And she and I are cool. But why does she get snuck under the radar all the time? They're like, oh, we didn't notice she came in late. Jupiter in the 10th house. That's why. Everybody loves her. She's so great, wonderful, such an asset to the company. Yeah, and my husband has Jupiter in the 10th house of his chart too. So he never gets in trouble at work. Hardly ever. They love him. He's been there for 10 years and all this stuff. So good for them. Okay. But anyway, so that's career for this guy, Chris, who emailed me a question. I will take a couple more questions. Then I got to go to get ready for Moon Mondays. I hope some of you guys will join us there. So Glam Empire Goddess. Oh, is this Miss Duchess from Instagram? I did answer your question about the Pisces moon relationship with their mother. I answered that earlier. So this will be available for replay, my live broadcast. So if you play it back, I answered it in like lots of detail. So, but you asked another question. What's the 12th house all about? You have 28-degree Venus in the 4th house of Leo. Interesting, the Taurus in the 12th house. Oh, what's the 12th house all about? Okay, so what's the 12th house all about? The 12th house, okay, it's very similar to Pisces, because Pisces is the 12th sign on the zodiac wheel. So anytime you hear 12th house, just think Pisces, Piscean things. The good and bad, like the escapism, being in touch with water, the ocean, music, poetry, dance, you know, like fantasy is very Piscean, very 12th house. Having a bright If anybody can see me or hear me, I am so sorry. This is so dumb. Okay, I think I'm back on. Okay, so I've got about 5 minutes left, and I am about tired of Mercury. Can't take this no more. Okay, so I was explaining the 12th house to Glam Empire Goddess. My apologies. So, anything Piscean is 12th house, okay? So if you have, I think, did you say you had a planet in the 12th house? No, you said you have, okay, Venus, okay. So anyway, yeah, I think I was saying like your creative visions and how you put them out there, like via photography, videography and stuff, that is 12th house right there. It's also the house of, they say, self-undoing. So a lot of times when people have planets in their 12th house, say for example, someone has the sun there or Venus there, they can easily, because they're so susceptible to other people's emotions, they can kind of absorb other people's emotions very easily and take them on as their own and take their problems on as their own. And therefore, like, they kind of can wallow in sorrow a lot. And a lot of people that have 12th house energy in their chart, or Pisces energy, they can become really great actors, because you have to get into character. You have to take on the role of another person. And they can kind of like zone into another person's, like tune into them so well, even if it's a character, then they can just kind of, you know, become that. Another negative thing about the 12th house to watch out for, if somebody has like Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, or Mars there, is I'm just gonna say it, okay? I'm keeping it real, like always. Those are yes, Tirza, I want to swing at the, I want to do a Boys in the Hood like Trey, like right now, at the technical difficulties. Anyhow, the 12th house, if you have any personal planets there, people may be more prone to infidelity, or wanting to chase after people who are unavailable to them. Like somebody who is at a distance, they may fantasize about them. They may want someone who's married because they're unavailable, you know, they're unavailable because they're married, they're in a relationship, long distance relationship, they live in another country, because they kind of like having that distance from someone, and it's like fantasy. They can fantasize about this whole like thing with them. And when it becomes reality and reality is too real for them, then that's when they're like, oh, they can't handle reality. I can go on and on about the 12th house, but I only have like another minute left. And I think someone else had a question in the chat. So I hope that answers some of it. But you know what, since I have like several people here, I'll do another one of these Q&As soon. I'll try to do them more frequently on this channel to keep my channel active again. I know I haven't been doing monthly horoscopes because I have been so crazy busy and like, you know, posting them on other networks and doing all this other stuff. So my apologies for those who have been following me for a long time and grew with me based on my monthly horoscopes. They will be back. They're on a hiatus. They will be back. So one last question. Okay, Jennifer, will your soulmate come back? You know what, Jennifer, that's a question where it would require, and I hate to sound like a commercial or a salesperson because I'm totally not, but those deep type of questions require like a reading to where it's called a synastry reading, or just a relationship reading, where I look at the two charts of I really think Mercury is a hater towards me right now. There is some hating stuff going on right now. I really think Mercury is a hater. Just leave me alone, Mercury. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm gonna finish up here. Jennifer, as I was saying, I also do cards, angel cards, oracle cards, relationship, romance, oracle cards. I do pull cards for relationships, for like those soulmate type of questions. So if you would like a reading, my info is below the video, to my website where you can order one. But yeah, those types of questions, soulmates and all that stuff, really requires me to intuitively tune into you and that other person, and I really can't do that on the go, on the fly, like this, like microwave astrology. I'm like slow home cooked meal astrology. I take my time. So get at me if you would like a reading, Jennifer, to answer that question about that person and your relationship. So anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for joining me in the chat. This was fun. This was cool. I really have to get over to Moon Mondays, to the Cosmic Council, to my podcast. So I hope some of you guys, if you have the time, you'll listen. That's a 2-hour broadcast we do every other Monday. We talk about lots of different topics. Right now we're talking about health and astrology, and just different stuff. It's girl talk. If you watch like The View and The Talk, and I can't remember with a dash of Wendy Williams sometimes, without too much of the gossip and drama. Okay, how you doing? Okay, we don't do too much of that. We keep it real though, and we look at things from an astrological perspective. If you like stuff like that, check out Moon Mondays. What else? On Tuesday, tomorrow, Tuesday, the 11th of April, we're doing the good, the bad, and the scandalous of dating through the zodiac, dating men through the zodiac, and we're on Capricorn. So yeah, just listen to that. So anyhow, yeah, join me on the Cosmic Council with my other ladies in a little bit, guys. I have to go. So thank you so much. This is my first live broadcast on my channel. Everybody that's been subscribed and I've been dormant, you know, thanks for still hanging with me. I appreciate you. Yeah, so till next time, if you guys like this, let me know in the comments or whatever, and I'll do some more live Q&As. All right, so peace out, everybody. Have a good evening, and if I didn't get to your question, email me and I'll answer it in the next one. All right, peace, guys.